Hello and welcome back to the Reverbium channel for the sprint race in Monaco in our F1 2021 career mode. The F2 sprint race, we're starting at the back of the grid after what was looking to be a half decent race for the feature race, which ended in tragedy with us being taken out with the tyre wear hitting the wall out of the race with a disqualification. We're not able to get into the reverse gear. Here for the sprint race, try and make as many places up as we can, get some points. We head down to the grid for 5 red lights for the sprint race, and we're off. It was a long time waiting for those lights to go out. It's not a great start from us. Aiken's looking to make a move on Delatraz into turn 1. We're going to look to make a move into turn 1 on Aiken and try and get around the outside. We're able to do so, picking up 21st place. That's the way we want to go in this race, trying to make up as many places as possible, and the best place to start is turn 1. A little bit off of Armstrong as we head into the casino section for the first time in the sprint race, but we made a big move into the next corner in the feature race, if you remember. But we're way off the back, but we're still going to go for the big dive up the inside of Armstrong and Delatraz, squeezing Delatraz on the inside. Yellow flags out again as we go for another move on Nissani, tucking behind Markelov, get ourselves up into 18th. In the first sector of this race, as everyone backs up, slowing down. Can we get around the outside of Markelov? No, but he's very slow on the exit. We probably should have actually gone for it, just put our foot down on the exit. We might be into 17th. We look at this move again, coming through the casino section. We're a bit off the pace on Armstrong, but we know everyone's going to bunch up, so we go for the big dive up the inside, pick up a couple of places, squeeze Delatraz out wide, avoid the wall, and we know everyone's backing up again, so we're just going to sneak down the outside and then tuck in behind Markelov in the traffic to pick up 4 places from the start of this race. The way we want to go forward into this race, trying to pick up as many places as possible as we head into the tunnel section behind Markelov, 0.6 of a second behind. We want to try and make the move on him as early as possible. We don't have a lot of time, only 15 laps in the sprint race. There's not much time around here to pick up places with very few overtaking opportunities, but it's not good through sector 2. We're not able to close the gap up anymore, and Markelov is losing pace to Drugovic ahead, someone else who you really need to get ahead of to try and close down on the championship. Schumacher is back at the top of the championship now, but we know there's only a few points in it between Schumacher and Sonoda and Drugovic. It's all to play for still, but this is big for us. We need to try and make some moves, make some places up, and try and get some points from this race. Otherwise, the leaders of the championship are just going to keep getting further away from us, and our title hopes will be gone. We're closing on the gap on Markelov through the casino section of lap 2 now, right on the back. We're going to look to try and make a move into the right hand as we did in lap 1. It's late on the braking and we squeeze our way up the inside, just managing to keep the car on the corner, not hitting the wall. We're up into 17th with a purple sector 1 as we get on the back of Drugovic as they're backing up into the hairpin. That's helped us a lot. So we're going to look at this move again on Markelov. It's from way back, very late on the brakes. Just he can't turn in at all. We're able to get the car around without hitting the wall safely. We're up into 17th. Nice positive racing from us. We've just got to make sure we avoid the walls like we didn't in the feature race. That's going to be crucial from us. We look for a move up the inside of Drugovic. Again, very late on the brakes. A huge dive up into 16th. We managed to keep the car on the road somehow. That was incredible move from us. That came out of nowhere. Drugovic was caught completely unaware. He probably didn't think we were going to make the move so late on the brakes. We take quite a bit of the corner. Not sure how we didn't get a warning for that. A bit of a telling off, but we'll take it. Up into 16th. 2 laps gone and we're already up from the back of the grid to 16th. We can do something here if we keep this pace up. Mazepin is next on the list. A purple sector 1, a green sector 2. Can we go for the fastest lap as well to try and pick up an extra point along this race? We'll have to see as we come around the final bend. We head to the line. Can we get the fastest lap early on? No, we can't. We're way off. We're not going to be able. We're going to have to find some gaps here to try and get that as well. But first things first, we've got to try and get into the points. Another purple sector 1 from us as we're trailing Mazepin out from the tunnel, and it's going to be another move down the hill on the inside. Again, late braking, squeeze our way through, take quite a bit of the corner, but we get away with it again, and it's up into 15th. So we're going to look at this again from just how far back we make these moves that we're not close at all, and that's where we get them. They're not ready for us to come, and we're able to get the car. So a little bit of a lock-up there for the first time. But we get our way through. Mazepin was caught napping, caught unaware, didn't know we were going to go for the move. His team really should have been in his ear there, telling him that we've done it already in this race and in the last, that we're not afraid to make those big dives. But nice positive racing from us up into 15th. At the end of lap 4, we're on the back of Giotto. Through the final bend, we want a nice exit to try and keep on the back of him, to try and see if we can make a move somewhere. We pick up a fastest lap there. Wasn't ready for that at all. I just saw the red first sector and thought we were going to be out of it, but 2 greens gives us the fastest lap. So we've got a sneaky extra point here at the moment on the back of the Giotto. We head into the tunnel. We can make a move down the hill again. This time should be easy as we're right on the back. And there we go. Don't have to brake as late this time. Giotto starts to fight back, but we force him to take a lot of the corner, so he has to back out. If he tried to stay, he would have been forced to give the place back. We're up into 14th. We're progressing well through this race. Only 4 places to try and get some points now. We're right on the back of Alesi as we begin the 7th lap. We're going to weave about a little bit of contact on the back of turn 1, and we've spun. We've managed to avoid any damage. Giotto gets back through. We're sneaking through, trying to avoid the wall and backing up everyone behind us. It's only Giotto that's got through. We're still in 15th. Back everyone up in turn 1. We've got away with that massively. Losing the back end, no damage to the car. We live to fight another day as we're halfway through this race. And we've got to basically try and bring back a huge gap. As the end of this lap, we're 6.6 seconds off Alesi, which is who we were right behind when the accident happened. So it's a lot of time we have to make up, but we're going to get some clean air. It might give us a chance to hold on to the fastest lap of the race. That's the only positive we can probably take from this. We take fastest lap again. That's what the clean air can do from us. 3 seconds behind Giotto, pulling it back all the time with the pace that we have on these soft tyres that we're taking to the end. No stops in the sprint race. Crucial that we use what we can on the track. We're not going to be able to make any places in the pits here. We close down to 1.7 seconds as we look to head into the tunnel. Way too far back even for us to make a move down the hill into the chicane this time round. So we'll just again be trying to pull the time back on Giotto. Try and see if we can get back to where we were to try and pick up some more places. With 6 laps to go after this one. It's going to be a huge ask for us to try and get into the points. We go purple in sector 2. We've still got the pace with the track open ahead of us. 1.5 seconds from Giotto. We head into the final section of the lap. A bit wide on the corner there, but we managed to hang on and have some pace through the final corner. But still too far off Giotto to try and make a move anywhere, but it's going to be another fastest lap for us. We're getting into a nice rhythm here, having the pace. That's crucial for Monaco. If we can avoid the walls, we have the pace to catch Giotto. We'll be able to make some moves, but then it's a big gap to Alesi after that, which will probably struggle to close down without the help of something like a safety car. If someone runs into the wall, and if anything as the feature race was to go on, that's very unlikely. We saw no accidents in that race apart from ourselves. So as long as we can avoid the walls, that'll be good, but it's not looking promising for someone else to help us out here. It's right on the back of Giotto as we head down, ready to come through the tunnel into our favourite overtaking section. As long as we can stay reasonably on the back of Giotto, we'll have a chance of making a move. We trail him through the tunnel, bit of contact on the wall on the outside. We're going to go for the late braking, but we're too far off. We can't make the move. We're going to have to hold on and wait for another opportunity. We look to the inside of the left-hander, but there's no chance of going up there, as we know the gap's going to immediately close down and will be sent into the wall. So we've got to sit behind, which isn't what we need. We're running out of time in this race. We need to make this move as early as possible. We'll have DRS down the home straight, right on the back of Giotto, a little bit of contact as he slows right down into the final corner. We need a good exit with the DRS, something that Giotto won't have, to try and close this gap into turn 1. There's no chance of a move up here as we lose time on the home straight. We're not good out of that final corner to try and make a move. We've got pace out of turn 1 though, weaving right and left, making sure Giotto knows we're in his mirrors to try and force him to make a mistake into the casino section, staying on the back nicely. We know we can make a move into the next right hand if we stay close enough, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do. No, we can't. A lockup from Giotto. He sees in the mirrors and he almost makes a mistake, but he hangs on with the lockup as we can't make the move. End of lap 11, on to the beginning of lap 12. We're still stuck behind Luca Giotto. There's no way through. He's defending for his life, and this is probably what is going to cost us some points in this race, as well as the spin. With the recovery, good bit of contact again on the back of Giotto, letting him know that we're there the entire time, avoiding damage though. Giotto, we're going to look on the inside of him now, into the right-hander. We slow the car down but can't squeeze our way through. We have to slow down too much that we can't hold on. We're still in 15th. Giotto slow through the hairpin there. Try and squeeze around the outside. We know that there's no chance. We're going to have to sit behind for more of this race. We're on lap 12 of 15. We really are running out of time to try and salvage anything from this race. As we head down the hill again, we try the late braking and right onto the back of Giotto. How we've avoided damage, I don't know. There's a big shunt on the back of Giotto down the hill there. We've managed to survive, managed to not get any damage. We're still going. We're getting desperate now. We almost lose the car through the swimming pool section. We managed to hang on. We head into lap 13 on the back of Giotto again as we head into the hairpin. There's no room for a move down here this time. Again, little nudges on the back, letting him know we're still there. We're not giving up. We'll push him to the end of this race. We'll look to go into the tunnel again. We know we can make a move here. We're close enough. We've got the slipstream through the tunnel. We're going to have the extra pace as we come out, down into the hill, into the chicane. We're going to late brake. We're going down the inside. We get the car stopped and we're through. We're into 14th. Can we push on now? Alesi's only 2 seconds ahead of us. We managed to pull up gap back on him as well into the swimming pool section of lap 14. We'll come around the final corners to start the final lap. They're bunching up a bit into the final corners. Alesi, Armstrong, Samaya. Oh, they're being... Armstrong's a back marker. He's being lapped. That's helping us massively. As you can see, it's bunched up. The cars ahead of us, but we're not going to get through Armstrong before turn 1. We're going to have to try and hope that he finds a gap to move out the way of us up the hill into the casino section and try and make it through cleanly. He does. He gets out of the way for us, and we're right on the back of Alesi now. He was held up by Armstrong massively there. That's helped us a lot into the final lap. Can we try and steal an extra place? It's not going to be anything for points. The spin earlier in the race, about halfway through, has cost us that, but by the looks of this, we could have been pushing for points here if it wasn't for that mistake. If we could have shut that out, we probably would have had a huge race here for a comeback and try and salvage some points, but it's not going to be the case today. On the back of Alesi through the tunnel for the final time. It's going to be one last big dive up the inside into the chicane. Late braking, here we go, the same as all the other moves. Keep the car on the track, take a lot of curb that time, up into 13th. We're trying to desperately see if we can get anything else from this race. Samaya ahead of us. Can we get the move into 12th? Pedro Piquet wins the sprint race for Shaun, but we've still got a fight on our hands. We're going to try and pick up as many places as we can, but it's going to be hopeless. We're not going to stand a chance into the final corners, as there's no room for us. We make a huge decision there to try and go up the inside. No chance of getting through. We'll settle for 13th, lucky to avoid damage in the final corners to finish this race. It was a good comeback, it was a good drive from us, plenty of places picked up, but not good enough. The mistake let us down. We take driver of the day for the overtakes, but we'll still be disappointed because we know we could have had more from the race there. So we'll have a little look, hopefully in a second, at the championship. We'll have a look at Pedro Piquet first, taking his first win of the season around the streets of Monaco. A big win for Shaun there to put them back in with a fighting chance of getting something if they can take this momentum going forward. Lovely view of the docks here, as we'll hopefully get a chance to look at the... We'll have a look at the podium first. A podium we're not used to seeing. none of the title challengers up on the podium today, so that was helped us a lot. There's going to be a few points there, with Sato and Galale making up the rest of the podium. We'll have to see how this affects the championship. I'm sure our rivals will be loving the fact that we picked up no points again. It's another setback for us, and we're going to have to push hard to the end of the season. Schumacher in 8th, he's going to pick up 1 point. No one else. Sonoda has 2, so not much going on championship wise for us in this race. We'll see Schumacher on 60. Sonoda closes to be level points with him, but Schumacher is ahead on race wins. So all to play for. Down in 9th, 34 points off. It's going to be a big end to the season for us going forward as we head into Baku to try and salvage some points from the season. So be sure to come back to watch that video.